Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah.
Welcome to Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV. It is a pleasure for us to have with us on this program a very prominent person in South Florida, and he is Omer Subhani. Omer Subhani is involved with UIF, and I'll let him explain what is UIF as we get down into the program. So, Brother Omer, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shaikh Shafayat. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'm very honored. Thank you.
It's a pleasure for us to have you here on the show, and I'm sure that our viewers worldwide will benefit a lot from what you have to say and share with our viewers worldwide.
Right, inshallah. Yes, I hope so.
Now, UIF, what does that stand for?
UIF stands for University Islamic Financial. And we are a Islamic financing company based out of Michigan, and we offer home financing options for our Muslim customers here in the U.S.
Okay, and do you also provide financing for people who want to get into a business?
We do some limited commercial financing, and they can, if they are interested, they can apply through our website or contact me directly to find out more information regarding that.
Which means that you can buy an entire business.
Yeah, well, commercial, it's commercial real estate. So it would be any real estate transactions that would, if someone was interested in obtaining land or a building, for example, they could apply through our company for that type of financing.
Okay, beautiful. What is basically the difference between Islamic financing and conventional lending from your operation?
Right. So it's an important question. The basic difference between Islamic financing and conventional lending is a loan in Islam falls under the charitable umbrella. So you can make a loan in Islam to somebody, but you're not allowed to profit off of it. So, for example, I give a loan of $1,000 to a friend. I can't ask him to pay back $1,000 plus $100. I'm not allowed to do that in Islam.
Right.
But we are allowed in Islam to buy and sell, to trade. So that's the key difference between Islamic finance and conventional lending, is the process, the structure of the contract. You get the same result at the end of the day, at least in our business, where you get a home where you purchase it, but it's the process of how you get there that's the key difference. So in Islamic financing, we have a certain structure that we follow that makes it Sharia compliant, which we'll discuss a little bit later, inshallah, but it differs quite significantly from what you get in a conventional lending model, where they're lending you money and charging you interest on top of it.
Plus you have the spiritual aspect of intention.
Absolutely. That's a very important part of the transaction, is the intention-based part of this transaction is really at the root of this entire business, is customers wanting to be in good standing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So even though the process happens to be the same, like the conventional lending, banking system today, right?
Well, the result will be the same, but the process is different. Right?
And
so that's the key part. Yeah.
And as you rightly said, the intention, because the Prophet ﷺ says, "Innamal a'malu binniyat." God judges your actions by your intention. So as you explained, if someone borrows money, or brother lends someone money, and then he takes an interest or a capital, well, not a capital, but extra money on that, that is not Islamically permissible. Exactly. But you can buy and sell.
Exactly. Correct.
So we get the clean intention and action in buying something, because he cannot afford to buy it. So you buy it for him, and you sell it back to him as a profit.
That's right. That's in a nutshell, that's how our system works.
Excellent. I mean, we want to make this as clear as possible so our audience could understand.
Absolutely.
I may want to ask you a question, seeing that we got international viewers here.
Sure.
Your system, your financial institution, if I would want to call it, does it provide for international clients?
Unfortunately, not as of now. We don't do any business outside of the U.S., but if anyone is here in the United States and they are, have been working here, they have a work history, they can apply with our company, and inshallah, we can help them.
Because I'm sure when people look at this interview from other countries of the world, they'll be wondering, wow, could we contact UIF
Sure.
and get them to buy and do business with them?
Right. I wish I could, but unfortunately, as of right now, we only operate in the United States.
Excellent, and I'm glad you say that,
Yeah.
so that
Sure.
we save some
Absolutely.
some embarrassment of people calling us, and we have to
we
tell
can
them
save
no.
them some long distance phone calls.
What else would you like to tell our viewers about UIF?
UIF, we really stress three things at UIF. One is strict Sharia compliance, which inshallah we can talk about in a little bit, but we really care about the product and that it's strictly adhering to the Sharia. And in that capacity, we do have Sharia scholars who have approved our program and do monitor us and make sure that we are complying with the norms of the Sharia. The second thing is we have the lowest cost structure in the industry. So we want to ensure that our customers are not just getting a Sharia compliant product, but they're also getting a product that's going to be at a low cost. That's not going to be exponentially higher than what they're seeing out in the market. And the third key aspect of what we offer at UIF is hand-holding throughout the process. Because for many people, this is going to be the first and maybe only time they're ever going to buy a house. And it's a nerve-wracking experience for a lot of people because there's so much paperwork, there's so much to do, so many different variables. So myself and the other brothers and sisters at UIF, we do our best to make sure that you have an easy experience, that from the time you first apply with us all the way to closing, that you're going to have a really great experience and you'll have peace of mind throughout the entire process, inshallah.
Oh, that's interesting. So as the area manager for UIF here in, should I say South Florida or Florida?
All of Florida, yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
All of Florida. What happens to be your role basically?
Right, that's a good question. My role is basically twofold. One is I am the loan officer for, I guess in a traditional sense, the loan officer for our customers who come to apply with us for Islamic financing. So I would be the one, your point of contact about applying with us and all initial paperwork. And then I do pass that on to my team, my processing team, my underwriting team, and our headquarters in Michigan. So as far as that goes, I would be handling most of the paperwork and first point of contact with our customers about anything that related to their file. The second aspect is the advertising part, getting out in the community and putting the UIF name out there at the masjids, at the Islamic schools, at the different Islamic institutions here in Florida, so that people know about our company and that they're aware that they do have an option outside of traditional lenders, that they can both get their home that they've dreamed about getting, but they can also get it in an Islamic way, so they don't have to compromise on their faith.
Excellent. Now, who can apply for this? Who can apply for this? And is this system or this financial service that you offer, whatever we may want to say, I'm trying not to say lending, I'm trying to say financial service or assistance. Is it open for non-Muslims also?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't discriminate against customers. I mean, we are structured primarily to serve Muslim customers because of the way our contract is designed, but anybody could apply.
But if a non-Muslim is willing to follow the Islamic laws and system,
it's completely up to them.
It's a service. That's important. I think that's very important.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
From a person's background point of view, who can apply? I mean, what kind of credibility does this person got to have?
Right.
And by that I mean, of course, if a doctor or an engineer or a young doctor, young engineer come by, of course, he will get a tick, green mark, go ahead, we work with you.
Right.
A guy walks off the street, I'm just Abdullah, could you buy me a house?
Well,
what's the technicalities
here? It can be, Sheikh Shafayat, it can be anybody of any financial background, any job. The requirements are the same for no matter whose background it is.
Okay.
So, generally we do have, credit requirements and, other requirements just like any other lender might have in the U.S. And so we're willing to work with anybody, of course, and whatever their standing is, whatever their income is, to give them the best options available to them, inshallah.
And I mean, I'm asking you these questions because I want the viewers to get an idea what's going on.
Right.
So someone listening out there will immediately be able to know, well, okay, I fall into this category, I don't fall into this category.
Right.
And do you guys do a credit check and all these things?
Yes, we do. We do a credit check, and we do other, background information that we take from the customer so that we can better assess their application to see if they will qualify or not.
Excellent. I mean, that's very fair.
Yeah.
That's the norm, and you got to do that because
you have to play by the rules that are in the industry.
Yes.
That are there. We don't control them as an Islamic financing company. What's out there, there are federal and state laws that we have to comply to, as well as the Sharia law that we have to apply to as well.
Okay. Speaking about Sharia laws, you have Islamic scholars who are part of your board and your administrative system, etc.
Yes. Alhamdulillah, we have actually 2 Sharia boards that review our program. We have one that's been with us, I think since our inception, that has reviewed our program. They're based, many of these scholars are based overseas in the Middle East and other places. And then we recently just announced a few weeks ago a second Sharia board based here in North America, in the US and Canada, consisting of 4 scholars, 2 very prominent scholars that are very well known, Sheikh Subhani and Mufti Abdullah Nana, who's based in California, and Sheikh Taha Abdul Basir and Sheikh Ashraf Ali Juma. So the 4 of them agreed. They're part of an organization called Straightway Ethical Advisory, and they're 4 Islamic finance experts who have agreed to work with us and review our program, audit our program. And alhamdulillah, just a few weeks ago, they gave us formal approval of our contract, our Murabaha contract. So we're very honored by their endorsement. And so that goes to show, the strict Sharia compliance that our company follows. As far as I know, we're the only company, Islamic financing company, that has 2 Sharia boards reviewing their program.
And the scholars abroad, would you like to share?
I'm not as familiar with their names, because they are from an international base, so I'm not as familiar with them, but I do know the US-based, the North American-based scholars that are on the Straightway Ethical Board.
And how many years now has this organization, University Islamic Financial, been in existence?
Right, UIF has been in existence since the early 2000s, so just about over 10 years now. And it started, in a community bank called University Bank in Michigan to serve the local community there in Michigan. And since that time, it's expanded to serve other states in the U.S.
Beautiful. You mentioned other states. Which
yeah.
other states?
Right. We're in about 14 states now, and I think we're just about to open up pretty soon, inshallah, in Massachusetts. So we're in Florida and Texas, Illinois, New York, California, and a few other states as well.
Beautiful. Yeah. You know what? That sounds very interesting, and I think you're growing rapidly, and this is really wonderful. I'm sure that our viewers would learn a lot from UIF, and our national viewers here in the United States of America can of course benefit a lot from this interview with Brother Omer Subhani. So we're going to go on a short break, and when we return, we will continue this discussion with Brother Omer Subhani on UIF, inshallah. Allahu, 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 Allah, Allah. Welcome back to Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV. Again, once more, it's a pleasure to have with us Brother Omer Subhani on this show. And we are discussing UIF, University Islamic Financial, how University Islamic Financial helps people and how you can benefit from UIF. So once more, Brother Omer, we had a very, very interesting discussion before we went on the break. Right. And I would like to get into the real practicality of this
Sure.
financial services or assistance.
Sure, sure.
How does a person really go about getting a property bought? What are some of the A to Z technicalities?
Okay. Well, the first thing, of course, is calling and applying with us. So we do take an initial application from them to pre-qualify them for a certain amount and a certain down payment that they're looking to purchase. So if someone's looking for a house, for example.
So a person can go online and make an application?
They can go online as well. We have,
or they can meet
we have
you
a
in
website,
person?
or they can meet me in person.
Okay.
A lot of times we deal with them, just over the phone and through email. A lot of times you don't even need to leave your house to turn in your documents. You can fax and email your documents to us, and we'll handle everything for you.
Okay.
So initially, a person will apply. We'll get them pre-qualified. Then they'll go out and search for a home. Once they have a home in mind and they've put an offer and it's been accepted, then we will, submit their application in to our processing team to get it all the proper documents and everything submitted from them. And once that occurs, then we can submit their loan to the underwriting team that we have for formal approval, for the financing approval. And once that occurs, then we can get the clear to close, is what we call it in our industry. And once that occurs, then we set a closing date, and inshallah we can close their house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things that may help a person to qualify? I'm deceased. What are some of the qualities, if I want to put
Right.
it?
I mean, generally, if there are any young people out there who are listening, they should be paying their bills on time.
Okay.
That always helps. And, of course, knowing what your own financial situation is, how much can you afford to pay or handle as far as a mortgage goes. So there's some important things. While the process is ongoing, some good things to do is, of course, avoid any large cash deposits into their bank accounts, because we do need to keep track of any money that's coming in into their account to make sure no funny business is going on. So that's important.
Okay.
Also, not traveling while the process is going on, that can delay the process as well. And just submitting documents on time, that always helps the process. We always appreciate it whenever we ask customers to submit certain documents, that they do it within 24 hours, and even less is better, of course, because if there is a rush to get to the closing table and get everything done, timely submission of documents is really important. So it can be a tedious process, but that's why people like myself are here on our team at UIF, our area managers, to help them get through the process, give them the do's and don'ts to avoid any delays in their closing.
And what are some of the issues that could prevent a person from being qualified?
Right. Well, usually there are certain requirements, like bankruptcy, foreclosures, short sales, and a person's recent, financial history can definitely, prevent them from qualifying. Also, if someone already has a great amount of debt on their table, that can also prevent them from qualifying for what they may feel that they're trying to buy a certain property, like for $300,000, for example, and a majority of their salary is eaten up by car payments and other payments that they have to make, then unfortunately they're most likely not going to qualify.
Excellent. Yeah. Now, the payments, when a person is approved and gets through with everything or whatever, what is your basis on payments? Like in the general system, it goes by a person's credit, and the percent goes up, the percentage goes up in their payments.
Okay.
How does that work? If a person borrows, you buy a property for $300,000 for someone, sells it to him, what would normally be the monthly payment on that kind of transaction, if I want?
Right.
Just trying to make things easier for the viewers here.
Yeah, I understand. So I mean, it does depend on the amount that they're going to put down. Their down payment is going to make a difference. I mean, if you put 5% versus 30%, of course your monthly payment's going to be pretty different. Another factor that comes in is the rate that you are locked in at. Depending on your credit history and how much down payment you're putting, that can also make a difference as well.
So there is a rate?
Yeah, there is a rate. It's a profit rate that we use to determine how much we're going to make as a company on the investment.
Okay. So now a person looks at this interview gets all perked up and excited. I think I want to get out of the what you call the conventional
Right.
lending system and get into this Islamic Sharia
Right.
property and all these things. The person wants to halal
Yeah.
their property and their business.
Yeah.
This person has a loan from the bank, has a house, owes $150,000 on the house, for
Right.
example, or probably owes 200,000, whatever it may be around that. And that person wants to come to you now. What's the
Right. So this would be called a replacement or a refinance in the mortgage industry terminology. So what we do is still pretty similar to what it's done with a purchase contract. Is we buy out their remaining balance that they have and we replace it with our contract, and then they become our customer. So then they would be making the payments to us, and then of course we do have an adjustment for the profit as well that's agreed upon with the customer. And then they would be responsible for the balance plus the profit.
But I think that's an interesting thing, and that's what a lot of the people out there
Many people do
need
that, yeah.
to know.
That's right.
That because a lot of people probably of the impression we're already tied up in the banking system.
Yeah.
We got a loan. If I knew, I would have gone through
Right.
UIF.
Yeah.
But now, if they know
Yeah.
that that you can buy their property out and
Yeah.
sell it back to them,
Right.
and it has no, as
Right.
long as you check.
Exactly.
Actually, it's going to be easier to deal with such customers
Yeah.
because you can check their payment history.
Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of brothers and sisters do contact us about it, especially now because rates are lower. It's a really great time to refinance, not just financially, of course, but Islamically, it's a big benefit to the party who's trying to refinance. So we're more than happy to help them with that. Of course, we want their business, and we do want to help them out. To get them out of riba, so they can definitely apply with us to refinance, and not only will they get a Sharia compliant financing option, but they're also inshallah going to save some money, on their monthly payment.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
See, that's an area that you can do some strong marketing and
Yeah,
let people know
we do
we
that
could
all the time,
halal,
yeah.
we could halal your present.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
superb. That's superb. Now, comparing University Islamic Financial to the banking system, or what you call conventional
Right.
lending system, or banks outside there.
Right.
What's the pros and cons? What I mean, let's start by which one is more expensive?
Right. Well, it's a common question that we get, and when Islamic financing first started in this country, over 10 years ago, it was very common that Islamic financing was usually more expensive than conventional lending. But today, that's not the case anymore. We're just as competitive for a variety of reasons, because of competition, because of economies of scale, and different reasons that Islamic financing has become a better financial option for many Muslims. It's not just a dream for people that have a lot of money, but just for any Muslim, that they can apply with us, and that they're going to get a competitive rate. And a competitive, advantage as far as working with us, because they're not just going to get a low price, but they're also going to get the Sharia compliant part of it, and they're also going to get, excellent customer service from us, inshallah.
Okay, so the rate is very competitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And most important, it's Islamic, it's halal.
Absolutely.
I still want to get a point clear. Let's say
Sure.
there is someone who is with the banking system, has his home, loan, everything there. And that person pays $2,000 a month.
Right.
Now remember, that person is already rated,
Yeah.
has his percentage.
Right.
So his payment is $2,000 a month to the bank
Right.
for his home
Okay.
or property.
Sure.
You buy that property out. What would be his payment with you?
Right. Well,
Taking in consideration,
sure.
you're basing on whatever is operating with him right now.
Right. It depends, of course, what the amount is. I can't give exact numbers in this case, but generally, when a person does refinance, they usually do for one of two reasons. Either they're doing it because they want to get out of riba, and some customers don't care if they're going to pay a little bit extra. They're willing to do it just because they don't want that on their conscience. Two is you do have customers who want both. They want the Islamic financing, but they also want to save some money.
Okay.
So we will work with them to run the numbers and give them options about what's the best option for them. And we do 10, 15, 20, and 30-year terms So we can see what matches up for them, what's best for them as far as monthly payments go, and we're going to try to get them the best option that makes the most financial sense for them, as well as where they're going to save the most money, inshallah.
And then you could also show them that whatever are their payments
Exactly.
at the end of 20 years that they got remaining,
Exactly.
they will end up paying $100,000 more.
Right.
And with you can buy the whole thing out and probably put a profit of just a $20,000. So they will be saving.
Yeah, right. So especially if people have just financed early on in their contracts and they want to refinance and the rates have gone down, now's a good time because you know they're going to get obviously a better payment, monthly payment, and then on top of that, like I mentioned, you know, they get strict Sharia compliance with us.
Interesting. That's interesting. Now we're talking of all this payment and buying properties, and you buy it and then you sell it back for the customer. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now you operate in 14 states right now.
Right, yeah.
Where do you guys get this money from?
Right. That's another common question we get because you know, our customers are, you know, usually pretty sensitive about these type of Islamic financing issues. So
because that's many millions of dollars. It's
absolutely.
billions, right?
Yeah,
Millions
it's,
or billions.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I don't know
Yes.
exactly how much, but it is a lot of money. We do get our funds from three sources, right? One is from the bank's own, you know, broad source of funds that they have, and the other one is from investors that are investing in Islamic finance. And then the third is we have a deposit fund that's used in Michigan for, you know, deposits and whatnot. So that's another source of funds.
When you say deposit funds, what do you mean?
Sorry, not deposit funds, but you know, like a deposit accounts up in Michigan.
People deposit.
Yeah, depositing money. So
and that money is
put in circulation for those type of funds, just like it is at any other bank. So,
of course.
Yeah, so that does occur, but that deposit account is for Islamic financing customers only. So these are Islamic savings accounts, checking accounts.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that is basically in Michigan.
In Michigan only as of right now.
So your operation is in Michigan.
Yeah.
You don't have that operation.
Yeah, unfortunately not yet. We're hoping to have that available in other states, maybe in a short while, inshallah.
Well, at the end of the day, America is so very mobile.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
internet and email and everything on your phone. So sometimes, in all practicality, you really don't need a physical office.
Right. Yeah.
In every state, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, things are so much different nowadays as things were many years ago.
That's
so
true.
I could see the reason why you don't need an office in every state.
Right.
Well, in conclusion, Brother Omer, I think we had a wonderful discussion. I have personally learned a lot from your operation.
Thank you so much.
And I think that I could share this with a lot of people, and we will definitely share it with a lot of people
Inshallah.
through Alhikmat TV. And our viewers all over the world, I think they would have got a better explanation on what UIF does and how you guys operate. In conclusion, what would you like to share with our viewers?
I just want to thank Maulana Shafayat for the opportunity to be here today and to speak about my company, UIF. And inshallah, we'd be very happy to serve the viewers of Alhikmat TV who are looking into an Islamic financing option. That it does exist, and it exists, you know, in an excellent capacity where we're, you know, a top-notch company that cares about Sharia compliance and also serving customers in the best way possible.
Good. And what I think might be very helpful for our viewers, maybe I would like you to share your contact number or email.
Absolutely.
Before we conclude,
Sure.
Our viewers can benefit from it.
Right. My direct line is 954-260-9636, and they can reach me by email at osubhani, that's Subhani at myuif.com.
Good. So we recommend that people contact you directly.
Sure. Yeah. Especially if they're in the state of Florida, then definitely that's the best thing.
Other than that, what about someone in New York who looked at this interview and want to benefit from UIF, they can contact you directly.
They can contact me directly, and I can put them in charge or put them in contact with our person in charge in New York. And
if they contact the person in New York, they can use you as reference, or how does this?
Absolutely. There's many different ways they can, they can go through our website as well, myuif.com, to contact whatever the local agent is in their area. Or they can contact me, and I can put them with the right person. Inshallah.
Excellent. In your application, is there any way that the applicant has to fill out how I came to know about UIF?
There is a small section in there in the application. We do ask, if they had heard about us through masjid advertisements or emails or anything like that.
Okay, or through a representative, or
sure,
which
exactly,
representative?
Exactly.
No, that's important because
absolutely. We do like to track, where our customers are hearing about us, because that does tell us, where our marketing dollars are going and how effective they're being.
Okay, beautiful. Well, I must say Jazakallah and thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum to you. And it's a pleasure to have had you with us on this program, Who is Who in America. And if ever there are any other issues you'd like to discuss, feel free to contact us at Alhikmat so we can share with our viewers worldwide more about university financial, Islamic financial. Now, a person abroad listening to this show, he may not be able to benefit, but he can contact his relatives in America and they can contact you.
Absolutely. We would appreciate, if they did have family members who were looking for Islamic financing options, to contact us, inshallah. And always, please keep us in their du'as so that we can continue doing, excellent service for the community, inshallah.
Okay, so Jazakallah, Brother
Thank
Omer.
you.
Well, viewers, it has been a pleasure to bring to you Brother Omer Subhani from UIF, and to educate you and educate myself and all our viewers out there a little more on what is this Sharia financing all about and how you can benefit Islamically, financially, spiritually, and in all different ways. So once more, thank you for viewing, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu, 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 Allah, Allah. Allah